for what you expected it to be?
It's a little slower than I think than we expected and what we ran here last time, but seen it yesterday with Xfinity practice and qualifying. So, with that was trying to figure out if that was front or rear limited. It's definitely changing rather quickly. Track seems to keep getting better. I'd imagine a lot of it's the ARCA rubber, probably all the rubber, with as much as this track gets used through the years. So it just takes a little while to get everything bedded in. Where we're on our Goodyear tire compound, and then from there you're able to get a little bit more consistency and a little better feel out of it.
You guys have been great here the last few years. Do you feel like you guys have what it takes to do that again this time around?
Yeah, I'm really happy with our race car. From practice, qualifying there. Qualifying was pretty good. I didn't put together an entire lap, and ultimately that cost us, or it's the reason why we're not going to be in the top 10 to start. But we're in the ballpark, and our long run speed was staying with us really strong yesterday, which has actually been probably our weakness here. So sorry earlier today, but. Yeah, I think a lot of things are telling me we're in good shape. We put a lot of work into this race, knowing how close we've been through the years, and ready to get in tomorrow.
Last one I have for you is, what has made you guys so good here specifically?
I have a good answer for you because my first time or two here, I was fighting like crazy for 34th. So you know what? I'll say RFK brings really fast race cars when we go road racing in general. Our group's really buckled down the last several years now, which is made it a pleasure for me to drive and kind of hone in on some of the little things that I can get. And when you're close to start, the details start to matter more versus taking those full swings at it. So with that, we're in the hunt. We've been been really close here a handful of times the last 3 years, really. I'm happy with what we got underneath us. We're hunting a little bit more consistency. Always looking for rear drive, even with a fresh repave here. Place is already fighting for forward drive and rear grip, which probably caught us off guard a little bit as quickly as it's come on, but it makes sense, right? It gets hot out here. The track is used so much that it's going to have some wear and tear year over year.
This course is so unique. Is there really kind of a learning curve to kind of getting the hang of it?
There certainly was early on. No amount of simulator time could prep you for Sonoma. To come off a course last week where I feel like we had about 8 feet of elevation change throughout the entire thing, to a place that we have over 150 here or something, 160. It's huge, right? And no simulator can really give you the best feel of that. So you come in, you have to learn what that looks like and how it affects putting power down, and plan on blind corners, not because it's a street course and there's a wall there, it's because it's a rolling hill and you have no clue what's on the other side. It's a trust factor. It takes laps to know where you're at and where you're pointed, and it's a challenging race that's been around for so long. I'd say everybody in the field has watched this since they were kids growing up, and have an idea of what the race looks like and what the course looks like. But you get on it and you start getting laps, it's its own animal.
Do you like that challenge?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love that there's character here. That it's not flat. That it's not a 90-degree corner followed by another 90-degree corner. It's got a lot of really great rhythm sections. We're not as aggressive on curves with these cars as we were in the old ones, but we used to air them out pretty good too. We've calmed that down some, but you still have lots of little nuances here that make it a lot of fun.
Chris, there's been a lot of talk recently around just the number of road courses that there are on the schedule. Just obviously knowing you run well here, but what's your point of view on that? Do you think it's just about right? Too many? Too few?
Yeah, I've seen some chatter on this yesterday, I guess, and have not been in the middle of it, but obviously have seen my boss has been vocal about it, and I'm not 100% in the same book as he is. I think that 4 or 5 road courses is a good number. I don't want to do this every week. This is not what we grew up doing. It's not what I wanted to do, or we would have gone to a different series. So yeah, I do like the number that we're bouncing around. I would, to me, 5 is probably my number. And with that, if it has a little ebb and flow to it through the years, if it's 3 one year or 6 another, then so be it. But I don't agree with some that I've seen that says we should be running 7, 8, 10 road courses throughout a season. That's not ultimately NASCAR. That's a different series if you're wanting to do that much.
Just one more question from me. Did you last week in Chicago? I believe you were kind of right behind the Cody Ware wreck. Just wondering what you saw of that sort of on the track.
Yeah, I'd seen him blow a rotor. I'd seen the parts scatter as soon as it happened. I was right there, and it's a massive hit. So really glad that Cody's okay. I know he's sore, but massive hit, and I did tell him, I said, I commend you for turning it right, because that is the hardest thing to commit yourself as a driver. So you have a failure to turn into the wall to try and knock speed out. You always instinct is to turn away and say, oh, I'm going to save this, I'm going to get there. And he did everything right that you could do in that moment. Unfortunately, if it had been an oval, he'd have scrubbed the wall all the way around the corner and come in and said, man, that sucked. But man, a road course, street course like that, and that impact was massive. So again, glad he's okay. Just really unfortunate that I've had rotors blow out, and you typically just don't get a warning. It's just that initial stab of the pedal, and it blows apart, and you're along for the ride.
Thanks so much.
Chris, I know you.
Major channel announcement. Do you love NASCAR coverage? Well, as part of Frontstretch building its platform, we're now offering an option for paid subscribers. For just $3.99 a month, you'll be rewarded with exclusive content you can't find anywhere else. Beyond the cockpit interviews as soon as they drop. More of the pit road and bullpen weekend content that keeps you coming back to see the who's who of NASCAR explain all of their on and off track conduct. We'll even be doing some Where Are They Now pieces, taking a look at former drivers and owners that made an impact on the sport. Want more direct contact with your favorite Frontstretch reporters? No problem. We'll give you a chance to communicate directly with monthly Q&As. Your questions are what drives us to find answers. That's why we're here. The best seat at the track and the best view on the net for all of your quality motorsports coverage. Come take the green flag with us